What is up, guys? J-Banks here, and in this video I'll be telling you guys a little bit about your powers that you should be using, why you should use them, and what are their uses. So the three powers that I use as my encounters are Impossible to Catch, Dazing Strike, and Lashing Blade. First one I'm going to get into is your bread and butter. Can't wait till I'm able to get this to max. Just takes so long to get points, but yeah, it's impossible to catch. Go ahead and read the description for you guys, and then really explain it in my terms of what it does. So you break free from most control effects, and for several seconds you deflect all incoming attacks and are immune to further control effects. When you're stealth, you become completely untouchable to your enemies, dodging their attacks and gaining an additional 50% damage resistance. Meaning that you are going to take 0% damage from anyone that is attacking you if you use this with your stealth. That is a stealth modifier for Impossible to Catch. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about why Impossible to Catch is so important, and how it could be the best thing that has ever happened to you. One, Impossible to Catch is your main defensive. You use Impossible to Catch pretty much every time it's up, or when you don't know you're going to get swiped. Basically, I'll just go explain why it's good by explaining the stat that it gives, which is deflection. What deflection is if you're taking a huge hit, that the deflection chance, what a deflect is that hit will get pretty much sliced into nothing. So basically, it's like that hit never happened, is what deflect is. So basically, if you're getting hit while you're under Impossible to Catch, you're going to barely take no damage. You're going to barely take any damage at all. Is what you know Impossible to Catch is. Pretty much think of evasion for rogues in World of Warcraft. Now there's a reason why. I know my mounter is bad. I'm working on getting my bonuses. That's why I'm actually talking to you guys, so you guys can know, what mounts to spec into. But I'll get into that later, actually, because that video deserves a video of its own. But this is what you're looking for. Survivor's Blessing. When you deflect an attack, you are healed for 3% of your maximum hit points over 4 seconds. So that's 681 hit points every second that you're going to get healed for. This does not have a type of time that it takes for, like it was like some things will say, okay, it's only this can only proc every 20 seconds. So it can only proc every 60 seconds. This doesn't have that, meaning that if you deflect something, like for instance, your Impossible to Catch, if maxed out, I think lasts 5 seconds. If I'm not mistaken, I'll check it after. That means you can actually heal for 6% of your health points. I know it's more than 4 seconds. I'm pretty sure. Let me check first. I don't want to tell you guys something that'd be false about it. So let me see. And well, it doesn't tell you what it starts with. Like how long is it? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's exactly 4 seconds. So if you max it, you can make it proc twice. So yeah, you can make it proc twice if you max it. I just really don't know how long it lasts, because it doesn't tell you for the stat basis of it. So yeah, but Survivor's Blessing, meaning every time you hit your Impossible to Catch, you're guaranteed to heal, which is incredible. Pretty much you're guaranteed to heal every time you hit your Impossible to Catch. So basically, not only are you not taking barely any damage, but you're also healing your damage back, which is awesome. That's incredible, and that will bring you back into fights many more times than you think it will. So that is what synergizes with Impossible to Catch, and it comes in handy. All right. So the next ability that I'm going to be talking about is Dazing Strike. Dazing Strike is really, really, really important. And I'll actually tell you guys how I use Dazing Strike. Okay, so dude, you might see some bad enchantments, but I'm working on it right now, so don't worry about it. Like actually this ring for defensive slot, it's supposed to have another radiant in it because I go health points for my defensive slots. But this is a ring of vision. Basically, when sometimes you can see people in stealth. I use this in duels versus Hunter Rangers, and I use this in duels versus Rogues. Reason why I use this, if I'm able to see them, they can't see me, so I can always get an opener on someone that has stealth. This synergizes really well with Dazing Strike, because sometimes you're in a hairy situation where you need to get a stun off just to get your health back up, or you need to get a stun off to set up a gank with your with some hard hits that you have coming up. So Dazing Strike is really key to stop people from getting that huge damage off and make them waste those cooldowns, or to actually save your ass in many situations. So Dazing Strike, Rogues are known for stuns all around the world, so guess what? Always take advantage of stuns. And openers, because Rogues are known for hard openers and stuns, so your Dazing Strike is going to get you what you need as far as that. Now your main damage is what's going to pretty much be making you that hard-hitting, stealthy rogue that everyone knows is Lashing Blade. Now we're going to actually get into that right now on what it does. Alright, I have this maxed out, hits crazy. Now focus your strength into one furious strike, inflicting massive damage on your enemy. When you're stealth, it strikes with 50% additional critical severity. That's crazy. That is bananas. So that means which you have 100% crit chance when you're stealth, which means when you crit, it's going to be a 50% higher crit than it was going to be before, which is incredible. And this is insane. It's high numbers. I'll show you guys pretty much what you're going to be seeing real quick. You know, that was pretty much what 120,000 damage just now in seconds. That's what, you know, my spec can show you guys, and that's why I'm glad to show you guys my spec, so you guys can really get synergized and ready for PvP and ready to, you know, dish out some damage and ready to protect yourself out there. So those are abilities. Now I'll go over your daily powers that you could be using. I'll actually throw this on there. Everybody knows about Shocking Execution, but I'll explain it. Shocking Execution was actually the first move I just hit. That hit for, I think it was 69,000 damage. So I'll go over it right now. And I'll tell you guys the reason why I have this type of setup that I have while I'm here. So Shocking Execution, you leap up and strike with a vicious attack that deals piercing damage. Piercing damage cannot be deflected and ignores armor. Armor penetration, piercing damage goes through armor and it can't be deflected. So it's damage that you're going to always take. Meaning Shocking Execution is going to always do damage to someone unless they use their movement mechanic to dodge it. So be aware that it's true damage, so it's always going to hit hard regardless. Always. Unless they have something that just gives them something crazy defense or something, but it's always going to hit hard regardless of what you do. But it all depends on the scaling of your stats. So anyway, if you hit a target who is below 20% hit points, your action points instantly refill. If this effect triggers, the next use of this power will cost action points regardless of your target's health. Enemy players killed by this power in PvP cannot be revived by other players. Now I'm going to talk about this. Basically, you can use this ability twice if your target is under 20% health. So use this twice. Meaning, not only can you use that twice, but you can use your other daily power if you want to use it. So you don't have to use this ability twice. If you feel like, okay, I want to slow him down, you can use a Courage Breaker with the refilled action points that you got. So it really comes in handy for those. Now I'm going to talk about the spec that I have running with this. I run Invisible Infiltrator. What this does is when you use a daily power, your stealth meter is refilled for 5 seconds afterward. Your damage is increased by 5%. I have it ranked 3, which means it increases by 15%. Now, you're asking, J-Banks, what does it have anything to do with this? I'll tell you. So, go ahead and get my action points here. Alright, so let's go get out of combat. So, what this is going to do. Remember, Oh yeah, also I'll tell you guys about my other power, which is a really big deal with this. First strike. Your first attack in combat deals 30% additional damage. Plus it deals, what, that's 30, 40, that's what, 30, wow, so 50, so that's 70% more damage. That's insane. Think about it. That's freaking insane. Now, I'll actually talk about this, of why this is so crazy. Now, first strike, you're gonna go ahead and use your shock and execution. Why? Because you will still be in stealth. Shock and execution without invisible infiltrator would usually take you out of stealth because of the smear damage that it does. It would instantly take you out of stealth. Okay? So, having invisible infiltrator lets you get off a stealth lashing blade, meaning you're going to do a ton of damage because, one, you have 15% extra damage, plus in your feats, which I'll show you a little bit of, which I showed you, I think it was the last episode about, no, I didn't show you my feats yet, but I'll get into it right now, actually. So you'll see right here, you deal 6% more damage for 6 seconds after leaving stealth, so you're getting even more bonus damage. Then you have entering stealth increases your power rating by 100%. I'm not going to talk about this much, but you get it. You're doing a ton of damage on your opener, and this is great for opening up on squishy targets that can't dodge. Meaning, you shouldn't really use this as an opener on rogues. They can dodge it. You shouldn't really use this on an opener on hunter rangers. They can dodge it. If you're going against targets like this, you might want to use Courage Breaker against them. I'll get into Courage Breaker right now. So, what Courage Breaker does is, I'll explain it. Let's see, find it. Did I type it? Yeah, here we go. Shatter your enemy's courage with slowing their movement speed and lowering their attack damage by 30%, even if they are immune to your control effects. In addition, your power is temporarily increased by 25%. Alright, so the damage reduction that I have now is 90%. Your power is also increased by 25% when using this. So basically you're going to be hitting like a truck and they can't do anything about it. This power is great for slowing down enemies that you just can't catch. Plus it's really good for being able to get your bleeds off when you're trying to get those duelist flurries on. So you get your duelist flurries on by using Courage Breaker because they can barely get away from you. It's awesome to set up ganks. It's great. It's one of your best abilities. And when you're dealing with targets that you just can't catch, like Hunter Rangers and devoted clerics and stuff like that, even tanks that just run around and you just really can't get a hold of them, you can use this on them to get some crazy damage on them. So I'll actually show you guys what I was talking about with the invisible infiltrators while I'm sitting here. So I go stealth. As you can see, boom, I'm still in stealth here. I can hit him with that. Then I can hit him with a Dazing Strike, which is still taking control by those by that 15% extra damage that I'm getting, plus the 6% extra damage that I'm getting after stealth. So I'm doing extra damage to this guy. It's insane. It's an insane opener. Now that's pretty much everything I have to tell you guys about the powers. If you guys have any questions about anything else that I run, then ask questions. I actually want to tell you guys one more thing. Now, a lot of people are asking me about the Shadow Strike smoke bomb type of method that people are using. I'll get into that later because I know what you guys are talking about. I don't run that. That's usually for people that just want to have fun and do just crazy numbers. But if you're looking for serious PvP, then you might want to run the spec that I just showed you. But other than that, see you guys later. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And next video will be mainly about, let's see, what did I not cover yet? I covered boons, so I'll be feats. So the next video will be feats, so stay tuned. I'll show you guys what feats to spec, but you can actually see it here. But I'll actually go over why you're specking it and how you can incorporate it and use it to the best of your ability.